Hi, I want to share with you how my Bible reading plan from today aligned with the timeline that I present on this channel. If you are new to the channel, I believe that the end time timeline was revealed to me on 21 December 2021, and it starts with the rebirth of Israel as a nation on 14 May 1948, the start of the 70th week of Daniel on 31 March 2026 with Passover, the rapture at the Feast of Trumpets 2029 on 10 September, the end of the 70th week of Daniel on Passover 2033, and the return of Jesus with the Feast of Hanukkah on 28 December 2035. My reading plan for today, I did not have a close look at it. I just put on my audio Bible when I got into the car, and the first chapter was Haggai 1 and the second chapter was Haggai 2, and it got my attention in verse 10 because it says, in the 24th day of the 9th month in the year of Darius. So my attention got caught by the 24th day of the 9th month, because 24 September on our Gregorian calendar is the date of Sukkot in heaven on my timeline, 24 September 2029. So that got my attention. So I was alert right away, and I continued listening, of course. And then in verse 18, it said, "Consider now from this day and upward, from the 24th day of the 9th month, even from the day that the foundation of the Lord's temple was laid, consider it. Is the seed yet in the barn? Yea, is yet the vine, and the fig tree, and the pomegranate, and the olive tree hath not brought forth? From this day will I bless you." So here we see a combination of 24 of the 9th month and the mentioning of the seed in the barn. So again, this reminds me of a picture of the harvest. When the harvest is in the barn, then you have the Feast of Sukkot. And then verse 20 continues, "And again the word of the Lord came unto Haggai in the 24th day of the month." So we have three instances of 24/9. Of course it's the Hebrew calendar, but for me it just reminded of 24 September 2029. Then the next chapter of my reading plan was Psalm 129, and immediately this is connected for me to the year 2029 because of the psalm code. In this psalm code, every year from 1901 relates to a psalm. So 1901 is Psalm 1. The best example of this is 1943, where we have the first line of the psalm, "Judge me, O God, and plead my cause against an ungodly nation. O deliver me from the deceitful and unjust man." So it's impossible to know what this is about in 1920, but when you are in the middle of World War II, it's obvious that this is relevant in relation to Nazi Germany and Adolf Hitler. So if you want to know more about the Psalm code, I learned about it in the Divine Code Part 2. But for now, I just want you to know that that Psalms represent years. So immediately when I heard Psalm 121, I thought, hey, this is 2029. And I think the verses 5, 6 and 7 are interesting because they are about the rapture in retrospective, or from the perspective from those who are not raptured. "Let them all be confounded and turn back that hate Zion. Let them be as the grass upon the housetops, which withereth afore it groweth up, wherewith the mower filled not his hand, nor he that bindeth sheaves his bosom." So the mower does not fill his hand with the grass on the housetops. In other words, this is not the seed that goes into the barn. So in retrospective, this makes sense. If 2029 is the year of the rapture, you have people that are left behind, and they read it in the book of Psalms, and yeah, they are the ones who miss the rapture, who are not in the barn. And then the last chapter in my reading plan for today was Luke 10, and the second verse, words of Jesus. Therefore said he unto them, the harvest is truly great, but the laborers are few. Pray ye therefore the Lord of the harvest, that he would send forth laborers into his harvest. So obviously this is also about the harvest. So we have Haggai 2, Psalm 121, and Luke 10, all in the same theme. And of course the timing, Haggai 2 is 24 September. Psalm 129 is 2029, and Jesus talks about the harvest, so the feast that relates is Sukkot, and we read this on the 26th day of September 2024. This year is a leap year, so next year and also in 2029, this will be part of the reading plan of 25 September, and that's the day after 24th. So the people who read this on 25 September look back. So in retrospective, Psalm 129, they look back on the rapture that they missed. I want to close with an interesting highlight on my timeline. This is based on the video of Alan Tattersall, When Was Jesus Born? The link is in the description below the video. Based on the stars in Matthew 2, he explains that the most probable date of the birth of Jesus was 19 August 1 BC. And when we count the time between Jesus' birth, according to Alan Tattersall, and the time we are living in now, or more precisely the day of the rapture, we get 70 times 10,565 days and 1551 days before the rapture, where 70 is the number of sovereignty, 10,565 is the numerical value of the name of God, YHWH, where letters represent numbers, and 1551 is 14 days short of 1565, which is another variation of the 10,565 pattern. So in other words, the rapture happens after 70 times the name of God and a variation of the name of God in numbers, minus the number of salvation. But this means that Sukkot, the Feast of the Harvest, is exactly 1565 days. So exactly the 10,565, the variation of the 10,565 pattern. And to me, this is another indication that God is not necessarily highlighting the rapture itself, but His holy feast, Sukkot. Because from earthly perspective, we are looking forward to go to heaven. So we are looking forward for the date of the rapture. But from heaven's perspective, it is about the harvest. And the rapture is the start of the journey, and then I imagine there is a time of acclimatization before the Feast of the Harvest. Yeah, that's it for now. These were a few of my thoughts that I wanted to share with you. If you made it to the end of this video, I think you liked it. I would really appreciate if you can leave a like below, maybe a follow. It really helps the algorithm of YouTube. Of course, if you think this message and messages like this should reach other people, and if not, of course, ignore it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.